What I love about St. Pete is this is a really welcoming, inclusive, tolerant city that really has embraced our LGBTQ community and has embraced this event. So we are all here because we wanted to let you know Pride Month starts this coming Saturday. In fact, we're raising the flag at City Hall. If you don't have Pride flags, we've got some flags.
Thank you.
It's always a joyous time to go through and really kick off the Pride Festival each year. Get the businesses connected to Pride.
St. Pete Pride is the weekend of the 21st, and we've got some flags here for you.
Absolutely happy.
And I would love for you guys to show support.
Every year, it just seems like we see more and more flags.
It's the Pride team, man. We brought some flags in case you need some.
So you hang them up?
Yeah, absolutely, yes ma'am.
It's really a cavalcade of pride and joy and celebrating the LGBT community.
The big parade and the street festival is the 21st that weekend.
The biggest one, I think, in the state, isn't it?
The biggest in the Southeast. But who's bragging?
Yeah, hey.
There's such an energy of love and support from the community when St. Petersburg is inundated with rainbow and trans flags everywhere.
There it is. You notice? How cool is that? That's serendipitous.
It all goes back to when the mayor was city council. He was the first city council member to actually sign the proclamation for St. Pete Pride many years ago.
How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
He was one of the first city council members to ever march in the parade.
For me, leading on this issue is easy because it's what I believe. When I became mayor, it was really an honor to be the first mayor who was willing to walk in the Pride Parade here in St. Pete. The Pride flag is going to be flying over City Hall all month long. And I am looking forward to once again marching with city staff and with my friends on this 17th anniversary of the Pride Parade.
This year is the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Riots, which kicked off the modern LGBT movement that you see today. When the Stonewall Riots happened in 1969, the first Pride Parade happened in New York City the year after.
I'm honored to be part of this tradition to raise the rainbow flag in honor of LGBT pride, especially this year, the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Riots. It's important to remember that just 50 years ago, in 1969, homosexuals were universally condemned by all of society.
My hope is the message that we're sending to the community is we want everyone to know that you're valued here in St. Petersburg, that you're special to us, and you're an important part of who we are. Now therefore, I, Rick Kreisman, Mayor of the great city of St. Petersburg, Florida, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2019 to be LGBTQ Pride Month in St. Petersburg, and further recognize this Pride Month by flying the rainbow flag at City Hall during the month of June.
I love the flag raising because it says something really special about St. Pete, that we welcome everybody from all walks of life.
There are two events that we have here in St. Pete that have grown to become ingrained into our culture, and that is the Grand Prix, and that is Pride.
This is our production floor. This is where the magic happens. You can totally tell that the community is getting behind Pride and it's getting more popular and getting more support. A couple years ago, I think we used to just print one Pride job a year. This year, I think we have 8 jobs on the schedule.
My name is Aquandis Hamilton. I am the Executive Assistant to Deputy Mayor Dr. Tomlin. For Pride, I am the coordinator for the Mayor's office. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you today?
Good. You picking up?
Yes, I'm picking up for the City of St. Petersburg. About a week out from the parade, I go to Trinity Graphics to pick up the shirt order. When I arrive there, I just check the quality and the quantity of the order. Awesome. Okay, so I only need one of these, and then I will need 3 extra large. I set up the distribution to council members and mayor's office first, then pass on the rest to marketing to distribute the rest out to those who RSVP'd.
A lot of these businesses that we're printing for, they embrace their staff or their team wearing those shirts to work. So it's not uncommon to see the Pride shirts more and more, year round. The local supporters and businesses supporting each other for Pride is cool.
Thank you so much for your help today.
Oh, no problem.
It started on Central Avenue in Grand Central, where those were the only businesses originally, and now it's spread throughout the city to small businesses and businesses that are significant employers like the Rays.
We started doing Pride 14 years ago. It's something that we believe in. It's something that we believe reflects the values of our organization, of our hometown. It's just a wonderful celebration of diversity and inclusion. I think one of the truly phenomenal things about the Pride movement is that it expanded well beyond the L and the G years ago to include everyone.
I think it's important to note that major league sporting events are taking more of an active role in the LGBT community and being inclusive.
Seeing an organization like the Rays annually hold a Pride Night is a testament to an organization that cares about inclusiveness, and to see thousands and thousands of people get together for Pride Night and support the Rays like that is amazing.
Most of the time we run a sports team. We try to win baseball games. And that stuff's important. But whether we're happy here tonight or they're happy in Los Angeles based on who wins this ball game is important, but it's not as important as these kinds of things. And so one of the things that professional sports can do when it's at its very best is help promote all that's good in the community around us. And our Pride Night has been maybe the most obvious way that we've been able to do that as a baseball team.
Our Stonewall reception at the Museum of Fine Arts, we had a wonderful fashion show that showcased, a very diverse cast and crew of people who are all across the spectrum of sexual orientations and gender identities. We bring together all of our major partners that help put on Pride Weekend, give them some speaking opportunities as well.
This year it was kind of special for me because the mayor was able to announce our anti-bullying policy.
When I went to the Stonewall event, I think they said it the best. To see your organization that you work for say that we are here to support you, that we don't care who you love, we stand with you.
Do we have any cards on the consent agenda, Mr. Clerk?
We do have one card.
One card on the consent agenda.
One of the reasons I'm so proud of this city and so honored to be the mayor of St. Pete, because having 3 LGBTQ members of city council, I think speaks to who we are as a community.
People really care about who we are as representatives, how well we understand and respond to the neighborhoods, what's our understanding of issues. People really care less about our sexual orientations.
Even to watch what's happened in my synagogue, how much that's changed, and it's really mirroring what is happening in St. Petersburg.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
You too.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good, very good.
It's the Sabbath, that's what Shabbat means.
My favorite part is when people come in who haven't been to the synagogue in years, and it's the Pride Shabbat that bring them back out, and they're not even necessarily gay.
Congratulations
Thank you
on
so
your
much.
marriage.
Thank you. Very excited and very happy.
You should be.
Yeah.
And I've known Eve since she was in preschool, so you got a good one.
I, with a number of other LGBT members of the synagogue, decided to form a Pride committee.
There were 4 of us sitting at a Starbucks on 4th Street North, and we weren't sure that we would actually be able to have an event. And for a good 2 months while we were planning, we would try to pinch each other and say, is this really happening? Is it really happening? And we thank everybody in the congregation for supporting us.
It's a unique experience for us to be in a religious environment and be embraced.
The reason I came here was partly because of Pride Shabbat, because to me it was a real statement. If we talk about being welcoming, it doesn't mean anything unless we actually live those values.
Rabbi Brian Mann from Brandon is one of the first openly gay rabbis in the area, so it was particularly exciting to have him come and speak.
Part of what I see my work as a rabbi is to say, like, no, like, you're totally welcome. There are places that will celebrate you. There are places that will invite you in, that will fight for you, that will do events like this.
Synagogues and temples and mosques all throughout St. Pete are really leading the charge to say, wait a minute, we shouldn't exclude anyone simply because of who they love.
Shabbat Shalom. This evening, I'd like to extend a welcome to our community, our congregation, Jews and non-Jews, those of all faiths, all genders, allies, and proud members of the LGBT community.
This is not the synagogue I attended a few years ago. This is a spark of new energy.
When it comes around Pride and we celebrate that, it is celebrating the fact that we're one humanity and we all should treat each other as such.
We are all one during this evening of celebration and prayer. Thank you for sharing this service together. Shabbat Shalom.
For Tech Data, very much being in the community that we've been privileged to have built this company in, a community in a town that's from the very start engendered inclusion and diversity. To be here proudly declaring our support for the LGBT community, charging and setting a tone for business support for inclusion and equality is a very important moment, a very powerful moment, a very proud moment for us.
I'm Maria Aller. I am the art director at TD Agency, which is the internal creative team. We ended up working with all the departments at Tech Data and collaborated and came up with 2 float ideas as like bookends. If everybody wants to just get together real quick. I have printouts of what the floats are supposed to look like. Of course, nothing goes as planned, and 2 of our floats arrived a little bit later than expected. So our driver is not here. Can he just stay here for now while we decorate? We worked with a foam company to kind of build out this gearscape that's in the Spectrum colors. So anybody that's going to be drilling, if you want to just take a peek. So all week we worked with the float company to kind of prep how we were going to attach it. We wanted to throw in there a little bit of the tech theme because Tech Data is known for their technology, their IT. But really the focus is about Pride and about all of the colors.
Hey. How are you?
Good.
Oh, am I?
Nope, you're good.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good.
We choose the North Shore Aquatic Center to set up at because it's the closest to the parade.
First, I want to thank you guys for coming out and walking and supporting your city. My name is Aquandis, by the way. I'm Deputy Mayor's assistant, so I'm here to help you all out.
Well, it's more of an introduction of myself. Not very many people know who I am, and also just to prepare them for what we are going to do for the day.
At 6:50, we're going to head out of here and go to our position. We're going to hand out banners for you to carry, hula hoops if you want to have a hula hoop.
And it also gives us time to hydrate.
Anybody would like a water? Here you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And to prepare with what to expect and to assign duties as well.
How many beads?
So, how many beads?
Is there a lot of the
passer outers?
Well,
only Nisi, Cherish, and Mariah.
That's not enough people.
Because we had specialty beads this year, we wanted a few people to distribute them. So I went and hand chose a select few.
Are you with the city or are you a guest?
No, I'm taking over the Instagram this week. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I saw you on there, follow on there. So awesome. That's a perfect person to do it then.
And just to thank them also for taking the time out to come participate and support the city.
If you work for the city, thank you for joining us and walking with us. If you're a friend or family of the city, thank you for being here. Mayor appreciates it. Let's have a lot of fun. Remember what tonight's all about, okay?
If the city government, the city hall, and the city employees aren't embracing of Pride, then it's hard for the community to buy into it and also feel that support and that love. I love the parade because I kind of feed off the energy of the crowd. I marched in the trans parade first. Not an hour later, we're marching in the main parade and it looked like it doubled or tripled.
The energy from the parade is amazing.
You don't see, hundreds of thousands of people in one space very often. An overwhelming feeling of support and love.
Just fun. Fun, kindness, good people. Everyone is so happy at Pride. And that is one of the best things that I look forward to every year for that.
The real thrill I get from it is being with this many of my colleagues for a day and seeing nothing but inclusiveness and welcomeness.
I don't know how you could walk down that parade route and not feel the energy and the enthusiasm and the love from that crowd.
I think the event is really a symbol of inclusion. It's what our city is really about.
I can't tell you what it means to be able to walk down the streets of your own city and be able to hold hands with your loved one.
I think that a lot of young LGBT youth, they can grow up in a safer place.
Not being alone, not feeling alone, feeling that you can be yourself and be comfortable with who you are. If you come out of that even a little bit more accepting of yourself, then it was a huge win.
It's about compassion, it's about kindness, it's about treating people with dignity and respect. It's all about love.